Looks like we are good and ready to go. Hey everyone, Ragnamune here. Welcoming you back to more. What the? Oh. Welcoming you back to more. Let's play Gran Turismo 2. Last time we did the GT 500 Cup, and I have been practicing. I have been doing a lot of searching. My day count is horrendously different along with my money. And that is. I keep thinking the A button is that. Curse my Freedom Planet muscle memory. But today, we've got rally races to do. We've got them by the truckload. Also, I went and got the first 7 prize cars from the endurance races. Obviously, I Game Sharked it in. 2-lap races instead of doing 50 or 99 or 30 in one race's case. But here you go. So, one such race gets you the Impreza rally car. This is in order, by the way, from I did all the left side. I did the one on the right that had a horsepower requirement, and then the 3 going top to bottom. So that should give you an idea of where you get these. But the 7 cars I won were the Impreza Rally car. Looks like a nice car. It's beautiful looking Viper GTS. The Escort Rally car. The Denso Supra. This looks like a decent Supra. The Celica Rally car. Look at that. I won 3 frickin' rally cars. Can you believe that? The Altiza Le Mans Edition, and the Cerbera Le Mans Edition. And there are 2 more cars that there are 2 cars per championship that I can win. So hopefully by the next episode I will have those for us. But today I did a lot of searching. I did a lot of practicing. I had to figure out, okay, what car can I use for doing rally races? And my initial intent, let me turn this down just a hair. Much better. My initial intent was to do was to build my own Lancer, and I did that off screen, but I ended up that save data ended up becoming bad. Thankfully, I had a backup, so I started working from there, and I figured, okay, maybe I'll just do the Escudo stuff, but that'd be boring. I'd get dislikes out the wazoo. People don't want to see the Escudo. Speaking of which, there it is. But I decided. I found this one called the Tigra Ice Race Car. And it has been handling like a dream for me. I haven't really had to touch it all that much. So I figured it would be good for the rally events. Initially, I only wanted to show off the first race of each of these. Rather, the final race of each of these, because this is where the hardest come in. But again, I decided, nah, I'd kind of be robbing you guys of the content and the fact that, well, I could just sweep these all with the Escudo, no problem. So I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna do each and every one of these. Thankfully, they're only 1 laps. They're only 1 lap, so regardless of whether I win or I lose, it's not gonna mean that much. It's not gonna mean that much to me if whether I win or lose or do any of that, because I'm gonna win them. So I figured, let's have some fun. Let's try and do as much as I can here. And yeah. So we're gonna start Smoky Mountain South. Work our way through all of them. Pro tip, you will need the Escudo for one of these tracks, because otherwise you will have the hardest time. I don't know if it's possible to beat the Cultists in the Escudo later on in the drift events, but you will want the Escudo. Just take my word for it. Take my word for it. So you're about to see just why I don't necessarily like these drifting events. They're not my favorite event. They are not my favorite event in the slightest. Now, thankfully, the first round of each of these cars, rather the first rounds of all these, feature cars that are pretty much they're basically drift cars, but they're stock cars. They're not really ready to perform and drift all that well. So you should be able to take the upper hand. With a drift car of your choice quite nicely. Any drift car should do. Notice the air quotes on should. And these tracks are also very technical, because unlike the street races where it's like, okay, you brake early, you do all that stuff, here it's not so much braking early as it is you have to know how to pitch and tune your car to the right angle in order to get not only the most optimal ins and outs, but in order to get the fastest time on these particular tracks. Also, unlike the rally races, unlike the street races, these rally races are essentially time trials. You will fight a predetermined ghost that will never change. Ever. So bear that in mind as you are ducking and weaving through all of these tracks. And when I get to the final one of each of these, I'm going to be calling for serious time, because I will tell you right now, it is very difficult. Also, I've decided for these drift events, I'm playing with a keyboard. I did it in practice, and I really don't feel like breaking out the controller right now. I hope you understand. So, if you hear the click-clack of my keyboard here and there, I apologize. It's not mechanical, at least. Like a lot of those MMO players that I know of, they use those loud, obnoxious mechanical keyboards. You know the type. You know the type. Oy. Oh, and for each of these final tracks that we're gonna be racing on, I actually have a musical track ready to go here. I haven't seen a copyright strike for people that have uploaded it, nor have I seen anything like that. But I will let you know right now, it is by Trevor Morris, and I think also produced by Extract. So there's your shameless plug. Those are the guys that have pretty much made the score for the Need for Speed Carbon series, so you probably know what song I'm going to play here. But as I was in practice, I was throwing that song down at the beginning of every couple or so attempts, just to kind of give me drive, motivation, and like, my God, it was such a good motivational tool, and it kind of helped influence my heart rate a bit at times too. I also tried doing this, like I said, I did one of each of those off-screen. Not off-screen, but I went back to my old setup and did the recording, I did the video editing and all that stuff. I used Hypercam to catch it. I used Audacity kind of to preface what was going on. But I figured, you know what, I'd be robbing you guys, so I'm not going to do it. Plus, I had a whole bunch of Carbon music loaded up as well. Look at this, I'm beating the pants off of that rally car. But yeah, I found that this Opel Tigra was one of the best rally cars ever, and I figured, you know what, I want to kind of pick and shoot. I kind of want to pick and stay with one rally car as best I can, just so that I can get it done. So I figured, why the hell not? Alright, so that's that rally event done for completionist sake, but I gotta show off the hardest one of each of these, which the hardest one of each of these is essentially a racing class car that you can buy or win as a prize, for the most part. So this one is against the Delta rally car. So that being said, take a look at the musical track that I have for this. What do you think? Does it fit? I think it does. It's a little loud. It's probably going to be loud on the playback. My apologies. I'll adjust that. I'll adjust that at the next one. Check and see if this volume wasn't whoa. There you go. There, much better. Sorry about that rapage of your ears. I don't know why I did that, sorry. Move this up just a hair so my volume mix will get in the way regardless. There you go, that's one. That's one. I'll see how many more of these I can do. Gonna be speeding up just a hair because I want to keep going with this. So a Saxo, a Magna Coupe, and the Impreza rally car. Seems pretty good. I kind of prefer Ghost Type 3 because this way it's like you'll always have that car there and it feels the closest to an actual rally race. This is the track that you race on during one of the Super Time trials, and I believe you use the Impreza rally car. I usually have the annoying tick of pronouncing Impreza as Imprenza. You ever get that happening to you? Where you pronounce something the wrong way? Also, I downloaded a different ROM ISO of this game. Apparently, the version I was playing was 1.1. Now I'm playing 1.2, and thankfully, all the save data that you have going from up and down and all around, no matter which version, it's all compatible. So that's pretty nice. I actually don't know what version I've got in terms of physical hardware. It's a colored disc, so I want to assume it's 1.1. I'm telling you guys, there are days where I do wish I could... Oh, no you don't. I am not spinning out today, sir. I've come to like this Opel Tigra the Opel Tigra Ice race car. The Tigra Ice race car, that's what it's called. The Opel Tigra Ice race car. That's a bit of a mouthful right there. I don't know if I would use this in a circuit. If you guys know how well this handles in a circuit, let me know. But, yeah. I kind of like that car a bit. I kind of like this car. I want to say that this car is quickly becoming one of my favorite rally cars, mainly because it's the one that has given me the less amount of bullshit. And my mic keeps getting automatically adjusted to an angle I don't want it to be. That's what happens when you're running on a 5-year-old headset. Actually, this headset will be 5 years old around December. So, there you go. Racing the Magna Coupe next. Yeah, the first two races I feel are like absolutely no problem. Wow, I negotiated that very well. I negotiated that very well. Do you see why I like playing digitally here? Because analog control is nice and all that, and I like analog control. It's one of my favorite. It's easily the preferred control scheme of a lot of people, but for these particular tracks, I have no problem playing digital. Because this way you get your maximum turn input, and I feel that helps a lot for drifting. Just because it'll help you pitch and tune your car. Okay, hit the wall there, but that's fine. So for rally races, barring the Escudo, what is your favorite rally car to use out there, Gran Turismo 2 enthusiasts? Could have negotiated that turn just a hair better, but we managed. We managed. And apologies if you hear a whole bunch of fans in the background again. It's actually pretty hot out today. My mom actually came in here wondering, "Are you going to be okay?" And she was surprised to see that it was actually pretty nice in here. Kind of because I kept the fans running all night by mistake, but hey, it works. And don't worry, I had my morning coffee, or in this case, afternoon coffee, because I didn't wake up till about 10:30. Well, okay, more accurately, I woke up at around 8:30, did some Slayer on RuneScape for about 2 hours, because I had a squaws task. Okay, Impreza rally car. I hope you don't find this music too annoying, because it's like I don't want to annoy you guys. But I do want to try and make this a little bit more fun, and I've turned the music down, thank God, so... No, I don't want it up that high. 7 ought to do. Okay, here we go. It's blocking my preview window. negotiated that very well. I tried the Impreza rally car out. It's not that great. Particularly the one that you can buy for 500K in the shops. Like, I tried to get behind it, but it's not that great to me. Like, I don't think it has the handling or speed that I was looking for. This will be the only time I ever use the Carbon soundtrack, though. Even if it is one song. There we go. There we go. Easy. This particular race is really easy. This is the one that you buy, by the way. That particular Impreza 99 rally car you can buy for 500K. This car apparently is only 500K, and it's amazing. I was thinking I would use the Lancer rally car, but I was actually having trouble with some of the races in that thing. And I love Lancers. Unfortunately, that's the only Lancer in the game, as far as I know, that can hit 6 gears. That is so... There's another Lancer I can win in one of the... endurance events, though, so that's nice. Okay, this course actually gave me a little bit of trouble against that, mainly because that Ford Focus, I'm telling you, it's a monster. It is a monster. Yeah, that car looks familiar over there. Do I know you, car behind me? Or probably sponsored by the same person. This track's a bit difficult as well. If only, not so much for the turns that you got to negotiate, but because of the speed that you need to keep yourself at. There's plenty of time where you can find a decent straightaway and keep your speed up, while at the same time, if you right here, there's a gap right here, and if you don't negotiate that and brake right before you get to that gap, you'll get sent flying if you're a fast car. Another car that I actually tried out here, apparently Skylines can race on here. And I managed to beat the Opel Tigra with a Skyline. Because spoiler alert, you race this car in the final drift event on one of the courses. A lot of people will refer to that as a final drift event, but we all know the Escudo is the final drift event. Preceded by the Cultus. These bumps right here, if you don't have a good tuning in your car, or you don't have a good car in general, you will find yourself you'll find yourself flying, and you will lose control very quickly. An ungrounded car is one of the worst ever. And my nose is itching again. No, not now. Though this car that I'm racing against is no chance. Look at that, I almost went flipped. That was probably a terrible time for fighting the Ford Focus, but I'll just have to get back. I'll just have to, as the wise Cranky Kong once said, I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to get good. But yeah, I also have a Codebreaker ISO installed on here, so that's why I'm able to cheat and show off the prize cars. Just figured I'd let you know that. Okay, an Escort rally car. I think this is the rally car that I won not long ago. Oh, excuse me. Let me see if it is. Yeah, sure enough. That definitely looks like the Ford Escort rally car I won. From what yeah, it is. Damn. Racing against one of them prize cars right now. The Focus, though, is easily the hardest one. Oh, I negotiated that very well. Brake here. And that's why I prefer the digital right there, because if I just let that go, or fail to negotiate that turn a lot differently, I would have been set flying. There's a Lancia sign there. How many of those do you see around the game? Lancia. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of like foreign cars, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when I was walking one day, I saw a guy driving a Fiat Punto, and I was like, do we have a Fiat dealership now? Like, where'd you get that? Did you get that in a foreign country and get it imported? And he's like, no, we have a Fiat dealership over in St. Mary's. I was like, really? That respect to the guy. He's driving one of the worst cars in the game. Well, no car's really that bad, but damn. I like seeing cars like that. That makes me smile. I'm not a car aficionado by any means. Oh no. Well, that happened. I hate when that happens. I really hate when that happens. Yeah, you can negotiate a track very well on a drift race, but that's my pet peeve of this. One bad turn, and you are just... I apologize for raping your ears just back then, but like one bad turn is all it takes. One bad turn, so I guess I'm gonna have to call for semi-serious time. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. And this is one of them tracks as well where you gotta pump the gas too. Sub 130? Yeah. That makes up for it. That was a much better run. Let's go ahead and speed this up. There it is, the Ford Focus. If you can't hear the music, I do apologize, but... Whoa! Yep, there it goes. He'll ease up around here. Fuck. It happens. That advertisement is changing every time. That is amazing. I wonder if every track does that. Haha, still sub 130. Ford Focus can go jump off a cliff. Let's go ahead and speed through that. Alright, so that's the first three. And save state or Reno. So the next time we meet, I'm going to be going through Tahiti Maze, Tahiti Dirt 3, and we're going to be going through the Pikes Peak downhill section. So there you go. Yeah, these tracks aren't that long, thankfully. In any case, this is Ragnar signing out. You guys have a great night. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a fantastic day, or whatever. See you guys later.